Hey, today we're going to try to make a video where my whole head actually stays in the frame. So why don't we just get started? We're going to do a regular get ready with me because my last one that I posted cut me off right here. So let's get started. We're going to start with a different foundation than I normally use today, and also a primer that I don't usually use. This is the Milk Matte Primer. I'm going to start with that. Of course, I've moisturized and everything like that already. I feel so far away. It's kind of crazy a little bit. Okay, here we are. We're back. So we're going to start with the Milk Primer. This is the Mattifying Primer. Let's try a little bit of that. And none of this. How about we do that? Okay, we're going to start with the Milk Primer. Just going to apply that to our face. Now this one is not the Hydro Grip or the one that the dupe for the next one is. This is the silicone based one. So we're just going to make sure we get that everywhere. It's going to hold your foundation and the rest of your makeup on your face. I never used primer before. I started to watch YouTube and become a makeup junkie, but now I do, and I've got like 6 different kinds, so we can explore them all. Okay, so now we're going to go in with a little bit of concealer because I've got a little bit of dark circles under my eyes because I don't sleep really well. So we're just going to go in with a tiny little bit of that. I also have rosacea in here. If you notice, I've got some red cheeks, and that is a gift. It's just a gift. So we're going to go in with some concealer. I'm going to put that on the rosacea as well. I like to do my concealer with my fingers. Don't forget to make your face because that really helps us. All right. Some people use a brush for their concealer. I've done that as well. But today I'm just going to use my fingers. Okay, so that gives me a nice little covering of that rosacea, which I really do not like. So today we're going to use the Bare Minerals foundation. This is not a new foundation to me, but I haven't tried it in a long time, so I'm going to retry it. It is in the shade Light Natural 09. It's got this weird applicator. It's not a doe foot. It's not a pump. It's like, that's just what it is. Kind of just drips there. But anyway, I can figure that out. That'll be fine. We got our damp beauty blender. Don't forget, Stands Out sponge also works great. Maybe we'll use that today too. Let's get some foundation on our face. I guess we're gonna have to try it like this with this wand. I mean, that's really not the way I try things, but I mean, here we go. Move that around. It's a little yellower than what I would normally use, but through the magic of makeup, we'll tone that right down. See, my mirror is over here, and you guys are over here, so we're going to have to split the difference. It's going to be like having parents that are separated. Okay. All right, so we get that nice. I like that. I mean, that's a nice coverage. What do you think? That's a nice coverage. I don't know why I haven't used this in a while, but maybe it didn't last all day. I'll have to let you know how that does. Okay. All right, so we got that all put on and nice and tapped down. Of course, it sits a little bit, and that's perfect. I am going to set it with a little bit of the It setting powder. I know that is very early for it, but I like to set it a couple times because you have your concealer under here as well, and I get a little oily in my T-zone. So we're just going to set it with that. All right. Things are going good so far. Yay! Going to go right into the Westman Atelier Face Trace Contour. Remember, we're going to go just below our cheekbone. All right. Want to blend that out really good. Okay. People always wonder why you put a contour on your head. It just kind of helps with not being such a stark difference between your foundation, your hairline. And it really does look good when you're all completed. Okay. So now we're contoured. Now we're going to go in with some blush. What blush should we use today? Should we just grab the first one we used? We tried a Milani cream brush the other day, but I'm going to go with this Ulta blush. That looks really pretty. Let's try it out. Ooh, very subtle. Nice. What do you think? Do you like that? Pretty subtle. Put a little bit of that, make a C and come up above your eyebrow a little. It just lends the color to the rest of your face. Don't forget to blend. Blending is our friend. Okay. Next, we're going to go in to do our eyebrows. And luckily, I found my favorite thing in the world, which right now is my eyebrow gel. I'm into these real wild, like your Uncle Henry's eyelashes that are like, woo, they're crazy now. But let's get in it and let's do that. Now, the first thing we're going to notice is that my eyebrows are in desperate need of maintenance. So let's just let that slide for today. What I do to start is I brush them up. Again, I love this crazy Uncle Harry's drunk at the holidays look. I'm using an Anastasia brow blade. It has a crayon on one end. If you can make it work, that's great. Nice and thin. Nice and thin. There you go. The other side has an ink stamp. Did I get that right? Yeah. We're going to use that today. Now, when you go in, don't be afraid, because whatever you do, you can redo, you can do over, you can blend it, it'll be fine. The one thing that I have learned is that if you want to make any adjustments to your brow, you want to make it go a little farther up in one spot, you should do that above the brow, not below the brow. Also, your brow hairs go down over on the side here. Oh my God, mine are crazy. I look insane right now. But we're going to make those cross hatches, make them look like little hairs. Beautiful. We're going to go over to the other side and do the same thing. Okay, whoops. That was a disaster. But, see, it goes right. Yeah, I think I didn't like this foundation because it, yeah, I know I didn't like this foundation. Now, it looks a little makeup-y. Looks too makeup-y for me. All right, so we're going to go up here, and then we're going to lay them flat down here. Okay. Then what I do is I go in with my Anastasia Brow Freeze. I love this stuff right now. My spoolie, which I bend a little bit to make it easier to work with. And then I just dip and go. It's like glue. Okay, now as we're pulling these brows up and down, back, up and back, up and down, it's also blending in our liner, our brow liner. And just pull these up. I like them to be really spiky. All right. Then you might need a little extra blending. Let them set for a minute. And you can go in with your brush. And that blends anything you might have going on there that you're not in love with. There you go. Okay, don't forget, these are sisters. They're not twins. So don't try to make them be exactly alike. It will make you crazy. Okay, so we're going to go use a palette that I haven't used yet. It's the Lorac Pro Palette Artist Edition. I think we're going to go for a little brown, maybe a little deep violet story here. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to start with a color that no, I'm not. I'm going to start with a primer. How about we start with an eyeshadow primer? I'm using the Sephora Shadow Primer. Shadow primer is good. It makes the pigment of the shadow that you're using come out more. You get better color with that. And of course, there's the benefit of your shadow staying longer. If I don't take my makeup off at night, which is bad, don't do that, my eyes will look the same as when I did them the night before. I really can't say enough about shadow primer. Just put it on with the doe foot applicator. I like that it creates a smooth canvas. I put another canvas on after, you'll see that. But it starts a nice smooth canvas for you. And just put a little bit more over here. Boy, these eyebrows look wild today. But I love you, so I'm still leaving them up. Okay, we got our shadow primed now. And let's go in. I like to go with an all over color first. So I'm not going to be able to read these and do them at the same time. So we have to pick one, read them or do them. I think I'm going to do them. I'm going to start with this. Actually, I know this is called Brúlee, like creme brulee. We're going to start with that, and we're going to just put that kind of as a base color on the lid. The lid, the whole eye, is just going to have a base color. Oh, this is kind of a olivey creme brulee or creme brulee. So I think we're going to go a little bit into the, don't forget to tap your brush off, because fallout on your foundation is definitely not what you want. Yeah, this is a little darker than I thought, but that's okay. You know, this is all trial and error. Everything here is trial and error. One thing will work for you one day, it might not work for you the next day, and different brands, of course, will work. Okay, so for our contour, I think we're going to go with, I think we're going to go with this. It's called Suede. Let's see how that looks. So what I like to do is I like to take a small, it kind of looks like you know, it resembles a kitten brush, although it's not a true kitten paw. So let's try this. We're going to tap it off, and we're going to start making the arch for our, contour color. So it's going to be blended up and out over here. Go down to your lid, but don't go on your movable eyelid. Another thing that's good to do is when you're doing your eyeshadow, if you have hooded eyes or if they're a little mature, you know, you can put your makeup on while your eyes are open so that you can see what you're actually getting across. Let's go over here. Sometimes if you have shaky hands, I anchor my face to my finger. Okay. We're going to go up over here. Oh yeah, I mean, these eyebrows they're in a world of their own right now. So we got this suede, we're gonna bring it down, blend. Yeah, we don't want it to stop right here, so we're gonna blend it down almost like a contour on your nose. Just pull that all up there. Bring that down here like a contour, and then bring it up. Okay, I'm gonna blend this just a little more. You can blend too, and we'll come back and finish that up. Okay, so we have that contour color blended. Now we're gonna go in with, you know what, this is your transition color. I am so sorry. This is transition. Now we're gonna go in with the contour. The contour I'm gonna do is Espresso, this dark one here. I wanted to go for a mauve-y kind of look, but then I used this suede and it was a little different than I expected it to be. So, tapping off that brush. Now what I like to do is, a couple little techniques that I found. I make a circle in the corner of my eye and I pull it down into my crease a little bit, and of course up. So I lay it down with a pointy brush like this, and then blend it in with the blending brush. But you can see that this pointed brush gives me a little bit more control. A little bit more control. Let's try it on the other side. Tap, tap. There's a lot that comes off of this, so be sure you tap when you're doing your things. Okay. See, it makes it a little bit manageable in the corner if you're not an expert, like I am not an expert. Okay. I'm going to go into the crease, and we're going to go up, up, down onto the eyelid. I would say about 1/3 of the way, maybe a little bit more. We're going to go in with some other colors there, and we're going to create some dimension. Okay. So this looks scary right now. Don't be afraid. Most makeup looks scary until you walk out the door. Let's blend. Okay, we're going to I take a fluffy brush, blending brush, and I blend. This is a good example of how the pigments came out with your primer. I mean, these are really pigmented. I'm going to pull this over into your crease. We're going to fix the suede again, so don't worry. Come up. And we're going to lighten up this look as well with some sparkles. I think we're going to use sparkles. Yeah, I'm not thrilled with this color, but we can make it work. We'll make it work just fine. But there's a tremendous amount of blending to do. So I'm going to blend and you blend too. We'll be right back. So now we're going to go in with some dimension. I'm going to use this coppery shimmer right here. I'm going to put that right in the center of my lid. I'll put it right in the center of my lid. Instantly, it's going to give this look a little dimension. Just kind of blend it out over your eyeball. Yeah. Blend it out over the eyeball. If you have to blend one way, blend more towards the center. Okay. I'm going to go back in with our blending brush. Blend that in. So we just want it on our movable lid. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go in with a lighter shade, which I believe we're going to use our finger for, and we're going to put that right in here. Okay. Just a little bit on your finger. And I'm going to go right from the corner over. And then, what do? We blend. See, I like that. The last thing that I like to do, and I go in with a different palette because I happen to like this particular highlight. It's an It palette. It's forever ago. But just take a highlight color and put it right in the corner of your eye. Right in that tear duct. Okay. Brightens up the eye. And of course, blending. There we go. Now we're going to put a liner on. I know we're going to use a brown liner today. As soon as we find it. Nope, that's not even it. Looking for some editing? Here's a great place to start. Okay, we're going to use this Mally Brown liner. Give it a little zhuzh. Let's zhuzh it up a little bit. We're going to tight line this, which means we're going to go right along the lash line. You can also do this under the lash line, the ash line. You can also go under the ash line. I just said ash line instead of lash line. Okay. We're going to go right across the top, a very thin line. Balance it out a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go on the other eye now. Right up against that lash line. Don't forget your makeup face. Okay. Now, you can put a little bit of a flick here. A little bit of an upward turn. You're not doing a cat's eye. It's just a flick upward. It's just telling your eyes and the people who look at your eyes to look up. Okay? I'm going to put a little bit continuing down here. Only a little bit. We don't need a lot. Okay, and we're going to blend that in with a smudging brush. So grab your smudge brush. Yeah, grab your smudge brush. There it is. And smudge that out a little. You don't want to go too far along the bottom lash line, I think, anyway. I think it's very harsh when it's so black along the bottom. And we have a very dark look going today anyway. So we're going to take a lighter shade. We're going to go back into that creme brulee on our smudge brush, and we're going to go to the beginning of our eye, the beginning. Just give it a little bit of balance there. Okay, I'm going to double check the blending here, and then let's do some lashes. Oh, wait, I don't want to say it like that because I can't do fake eyelashes. I'm terrible at it. It's a disaster every time I try, but I can put on mascara, so let's move along. And of course, the eyelashes mean curling them. I use I like a heated eyelash curler, and I had one that was really great. I really liked it. Then I had to get this Blink one because the other one stopped working and I can't find the same one. The Blink one is okay, but it only gets hot at the ends. So I do this at about 30 seconds for each eye, but I'm not going to make you go through 60 seconds because 60 seconds is a long time for now, right? In our day and age, 60 seconds is a long time. How's everybody feeling today? I hope you're all feeling good. I hope you're all having a great day. I hope a little bit of makeup can make you feel fun, make you feel a little more confident, right? It's always good to have a little bit of confidence. I'm going to go in with the Lancome, and this one is Lancome Hypnôs Drama. Hypnôs Drama. So we're going to go ahead in there And we're going to get right in there. I'm going to get right up in your face here. It's got a nice little rounded spoolie. Get right up against that lash line. Wiggle and pull. Make sure you get the lashes at the corner of your eyes. And there we go. Now I put 2 coats of mascara on, but I let them dry in between. So let's go ahead and do the other eye. Right up into that lash line and pull. Okay, so I'm going to put another coat of lashes on, and then we'll continue. Okay, so now our eyes are all set and good to go. We're going to finish up our face. We're going to do a bronzer. This I'm using as the Nars Bronzer. Everybody loves this one. Just a little tiny bit, because you don't need much. Then I'm going to highlight. Now, when you have mature skin like I do, there's a lot of texture, so I don't like to highlight huge swatches of my face. We're just going to highlight right in here. And right in here. Believe it or not, we're going to highlight above the brows. Why? I don't know. And your nose. Like Rudolph. We're going to set again with some setting powder, or whatever setting powder you use. This is just for me because I like it to be set. I don't want to be wondering if I'm looking oily. Just putting it in the spots where I get oily. That's good. Now, before I put my lips on, I'm going to spray a coat of the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Pretty much the best in the business, or so I hear. Okay. Now let's do some lips. What color should we do? Okay, since we have a darker eye, I think I want to do a nude lip. So we're going to line it. I don't go big on overlining. I just overline the bottom lip. Get your Cupid's bow. I also don't go all the way to the corners because you get that stuff in there, and that's no good. Nobody wants that. All right, so I'm going to pull the liner down a little bit more onto my lips, and I'm going to use, this is by Qveen, and it is in the color Spray Tan. Then I'm going to use Ace Beauty's Manifest, which is really good because I'm so into manifesting right now. Okay, I'm going to use this. I like that. Let's see how we look when we let down our hair. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for getting ready with me today. I am actually going to list what I used below in the description. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get a link to that product yet because I'm really still learning. So please hit that like button because I haven't gotten a lot of those. Not that you don't like it, just nobody wants to hit the button. And hit the subscribe button because you are at the beginning of a huge transformation into a beauty influencer. Get on train. Get on that boat. Get on that plane. Let's do this. Thank you so much.